Ever wondered what happens when the polite and gentlemanly sport of tennis turns into a battlefield? Well, let's shed some light on this unexpected world of tennis fights and rivalries. You see, tennis isn't just a game of grace and precision. It's a high-pressure sport where the stakes are sky-high and the margin for error is razor-thin. Imagine being under the spotlight, the weight of the world on your shoulders, the cheers and jeers of thousands echoing in your ears. Every swing of the racket, every dash across the court, every bead of sweat trickling down your forehead, it all counts. The intensity is palpable, and sometimes emotions run high. That's when the cool facade crumbles, and the court turns into a battlefield. Tennis rivalries can be as thrilling as they are contentious, creating unforgettable moments that go down in sports history. So buckle up, because we're about to dive into some of the most memorable tennis fights that have ever happened on the court. The year was 1981, the Wimbledon Championships. The world came to know the fiery temper of John McEnroe. A sunny day, the court was buzzing with the anticipation of another electrifying match. Enter John McEnroe, a brilliant player with a reputation for his quick temper. Little did the audience know that this day would go down in history as the birth of a catchphrase that would echo through the ages. McEnroe, known for his extraordinary skill and precision, was facing Tom Gullickson. As the match progressed, tensions rose. It was during this match that an umpire's call would ignite a spark that would forever define McEnroe's career. McEnroe hit a shot that was called out by the umpire. Disbelieving, McEnroe challenged the call. He was certain his shot had landed within the lines, but the umpire stood firm, maintaining the call. McEnroe, fueled by his conviction and the pressure of the match, lost his cool. He confronted the umpire with a line that would be remembered as one of the most iconic outbursts in the history of tennis. "You cannot be serious," he shouted, his voice echoing across the stadium. This was not a simple dispute. It was an eruption of emotion, a display of raw passion for the game. McEnroe's outburst was a manifestation of his refusal to quietly accept what he perceived as an unjust call. It was a moment that captured the essence of McEnroe, fiery, passionate, and unyielding. However, this incident did not spell the end of McEnroe's outbursts. Rather, it was the beginning. Throughout his career, McEnroe would become known for his fiery temper as much as his skill on the court. His outbursts became a part of his persona, a reflection of the intensity and passion he brought to the game. This incident marked the beginning of a series of on-court outbursts that would characterize McEnroe's career. Fast forward to 2009 at the US Open. Serena Williams, a legend in her own right, found herself in a heated argument. In the semi-final match against Kim Clijsters, Serena, known for her strong game and equally strong personality, found herself at odds with a line judge. The bone of contention, a foot fault call, a rare occurrence at this level of the game, especially at such a crucial juncture. Now, for the uninitiated, a foot fault in tennis is when the server's foot crosses over the baseline before the ball is hit. It's a rule that's often loosely enforced, but on this fateful day, the line judge decided to call it against Serena, during her second serve no less. Tension was already high. Serena was trailing in the match, and this call meant she was facing match point. But instead of backing down, Serena did what Serena does best. She stood her ground. She confronted the line judge, expressing her disbelief and frustration. The argument escalated, and words were exchanged. Words that, unfortunately, were deemed threatening by the officials. The line judge reported the incident to the chair umpire and tournament referee, and what followed was a decision that shocked everyone. In an unprecedented move, Serena was penalized a point for unsportsmanlike conduct. Given the timing of the penalty, it meant that Serena lost the match right there and then. A semi-final match at the US Open ended not by a powerful serve or an unreturnable shot, but by a foot fault and a heated argument. The controversy was instant. Fans, players, and pundits alike were divided. Some felt the call was too harsh, while others believed it was justified. Serena, for her part, maintained her stance, stating she was standing up for herself in a high-pressure situation. This incident remains one of the most controversial moments in tennis history. Let's jump to 2020, a year of surprises. The US Open saw world number 1, Novak Djokovic, shockingly disqualified. In the world of sports, emotions run high and tensions can spark unexpected events, even for the most disciplined athletes. Such was the case for Novak Djokovic, the Serbian tennis superstar, during the US Open in 2020. Crowned as the world number one, Djokovic was no stranger to the pressures of top-tier tennis. He was well known for his ability to keep his cool under the most challenging circumstances. Yet, on that fateful day, a rare moment of frustration led to an event that left the tennis world in a state of disbelief. During his fourth-round match, Djokovic found himself in a rough spot. The match was not going his way, and he was struggling to find his rhythm. In a moment of frustration, he swatted a ball behind him, not aiming or looking. This is something tennis players often do to vent their frustration, but what happened next was something no one could have predicted. The ball unintentionally hit a line judge. Djokovic was immediately apologetic, rushing to check on the judge. But the damage was done. The rules of tennis are clear. If a player hits an official, it's an automatic disqualification, regardless of intent. The tournament officials had no choice but to enforce the rule. And so, Djokovic, the world number one, was disqualified. The crowd was stunned, the commentators were speechless, and Djokovic himself was visibly shaken. He had come into the tournament as the overwhelming favorite, yet his journey ended not at the hands of an opponent, but due to a momentary lapse of control. In the aftermath, Djokovic expressed regret over the incident, acknowledging his mistake and vowing to learn from it. As for the tennis world, it was a reminder that even the greatest players are human, capable of making errors. This event is a stark reminder of how quickly a match can turn, even for the most seasoned players. Tennis is a high-pressure sport, and sometimes even the best lose their cool. It's a stage where the drama unfolds not just between the lines of the court, but also within the minds of the players. The tension is palpable, the stakes are high, and the spotlight shines relentlessly, revealing the raw emotions that often bubble beneath the surface. Let's turn the pages of tennis history to some other notable incidents. Jimmy Connors, a name synonymous with grit and determination, was no stranger to controversy. Known for his fiery temperament, Connors often found himself in hot water. His famous outburst at the 1987 US Open left an indelible mark on the sport, illustrating the intense pressure that comes with performing at such a high level. Then there's Andre Agassi, a maverick of the game, who never shied away from expressing his emotions. His clash with the umpire at the 1990 Wimbledon was a testament to the fact that even the most composed players can become undone in the heat of the moment. And who can forget Nick Kyrgios, the bad boy of tennis? His antics, both on and off the court, have made headlines around the world. From smashing rackets to engaging in verbal spats, Kyrgios has shown us time and again how the pressure of the game can lead to outbursts of frustration. All these incidents, while controversial, provide a glimpse into the intense world of professional tennis. They highlight the immense pressure these athletes face, the emotional turmoil they undergo, and the immense passion they have for the game. These are not just players losing their cool, but human beings responding to the immense strain of competition. These incidents remind us that beneath the poised exterior, a fiery spirit is often at play. It's a reminder that while tennis might be a gentleman's game, it's also a battleground where emotions run high, and the heat of the moment can sometimes get the better of even the best. So, are tennis fights just about losing temper, or is there more to it? As we've seen, these fiery moments are often a boiling point of intense competition, high stakes, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that defines professional tennis. Each outburst, each controversy, each disqualification, they all underscore the raw emotion that drives these athletes to push their limits. Take McEnroe's infamous outburst, for instance. It wasn't just a tantrum, it was a manifestation of an athlete at the edge grappling with immense pressure. Or consider Serena Williams's controversy. It wasn't merely a disagreement, it was a statement, a symbol of the deep-seated issues in the sport. And then there's Djokovic's disqualification. It wasn't just an unfortunate incident, it was a reminder of the razor-thin line that separates success from failure in this high-stakes game. In the end, even in the most gentlemanly sports, passions can flare, rivalries can intensify, and the pressure can lead to unforgettable moments of drama.